just the right undertones of the colors. They're still very bright colors, but yet they're muted just enough, or they're dark enough just to see that they're a reflection. Also, it balances out the painting really nicely. It's a good ratio of like above water to below water. It's like 3-to-1, which is a really, really nice composition. I'm noticing the blue now right at the bottom, and that's really pretty as well.
I just noticed too that line.
Yeah.
Look at that white line. That's beautiful.
And even the white line separates the two.
And even like small little brush works, like in the water itself, like you can see that like the rocks in the middle where the stone wall is have like very little white lines around them. Like that's super gorgeous as well, because it matches up with the water line.
Okay, what I was so amazed by was the difference between this one and the more realistic one.
The plein air, yeah.
And because you showed both of them in the media gallery, and it was like a different person had like somehow emerged within this. And I can't figure out how that happened. So that's why I was so like, just like blown away by this, because it's so much better than the first one. It's like, it doesn't even bear comparison.
And I just started, and I was really nervous. Like, I had a lot of doubts while I was doing it, so I was just sitting there waiting to see when you would comment on it or anything you had to say. And I was going back and forth because I've never done anything like it before.
Well, I mean, honestly, you've kind of like found it. It's great. I mean, there's also, you see that little piece of blue up in the sky in the dark? The little piece that goes up to the top? That is just wonderful, because without that, you've got this kind of dark area at the top that kind of presses down, but that little piece of like turquoise blue that's jutting up like right to the edge is just terrific. And also other things that are terrific are, you see in the tree to the right-hand side, the little bits of kind of more blue-gray color, and how they vibrate with the orange, and how those little bits of blue-gray connect up to the rest of the paintings, and to the rest of the painting. And like even... Like,
you know what else is fantastic? Right there, that brown, under the bridge, there's that brown whitish thing. That reflection right there in the water is amazing, because it's stopping your eye, but it's also just so beautifully done. Like, wow.
Yes. Yeah, and it also has that little bit of blue underneath the like paler beige, and so it kind of, it stops your eye and it gets your eye to move into the painting. That whole area, that whole dock is moving into the painting. Okay, so is there a focal point? Where do we look? I keep going to, you see the little bit of turquoise? It's right in the middle of the painting. You see that, the branch that connects, that points to it on the right, and the little, it's right underneath the little rocks, the bridge, and how the little kind of lookout points to it. So everything is kind of pointing to that little indentation of turquoise right in the middle of the painting. So do you enjoy doing it?
I do. It's much easier on fabric, because I mean, fabric and dye, it just, you know, so it was a little challenging, because some areas I just had to keep going over and over to get the like solid strokes of color. But I still really liked how it turned out. And like with the batik, there's always a white line that surrounds each color, and with this there isn't. So I like how I could, you know, go to this and not have to worry about those lines and stuff like that.
Okay, so you need to continue this way, okay?
Okay.
Stop worrying about doing highly realistic work. This is so much better. Just continue this way. I mean, you found a kind of way of working and a style that is really, really working well.